YouTubers, gamers, and moviegoers, what's going on, guys? I'm the Messiah, this is Messiah Entertainment, and today we are reviewing The Blair Witch. Guys, this movie is the sequel to the 1999 original OG of found footage films, The Blair Witch Project. This time around, we're following James, who's the brother of Heather, who is the main character in the actual Blair Witch Project, alongside a girl named Lisa, who just so happens to be filming a documentary about this, hence why there's a bunch of cameras all over the place all the time. And he's bringing two friends along, and they run into some locals who are supposed to tell them where, you know, all this stuff is supposed to have occurred. So all these guys are going out into the woods where the Blair Witch Project took place, and obviously things are gonna go horribly bad. So as far as the characters go, the acting, it was fine. You know, all of it was serviceable. There's just a lot of yelling, screaming, shaky cam and stuff like that. I didn't get what the two locals were really doing or what their purpose was throughout the entire film. Yes, they're supposed to be leading them there, but then they flip the script sort of, and they're like, oh no, we were trying to send you home because, you know, we know there's something out here, but they're only out here because it was your fault. You told them that there was actual stuff out there. They wanted you to believe something was there, then they wanted you to believe something wasn't there, and then they wanted you to go home, and it just didn't make any sense. It's not the only thing that doesn't make sense, but we'll get to that later. Now, as far as the scare factor in this movie goes, I wasn't really too impressed. I mean, you know, there's certain moments where they're running in the dark and you're like, oh, what the heck is going on? That you're kind of like a little bit creeped out, but honestly, that doesn't hold for the entire film. You know, the shaky cam thing, I get it. You know, it was kind of the staple of the Blair Witch, the first one. It's just sometimes you really just don't know what's going on, and instead of feeling scared, you feel disoriented and kind of confused. Now, towards the end, I do have to admit there was a section of the movie that kind of reminded me of the game PT, where you're walking around this dark house and, you know, it's only what you can see with the flashlight and stuff. Everything else is darkened out. So that did kind of genuinely creep me out. Also, I liked how the entire environment was messing with their minds and, you know, changing the perception of time and stuff like that and separating them from one another. I thought that was a really interesting thing. Like, there was a group of people that got separated from the main group, and to the main group, they've only been out there for like one day. It just turned night. But to the other group, they've been out there for 5 days and the sun has never come up. So they're out, they've meet each other again, and they're like, what the hell happened? They're starving. They got blood all over them and dirt, and the girl's hungry and starving to death. You know what I mean? Like, I really thought that was an interesting aspect of it. You know, the fact that it plays mind games on you. Unfortunately, though, I think that's where the scary and creepiness factor just sort of ends, because especially in the beginning of the movie, there's a lot of just random jump scares that are either done through the way that the video is like cut together, you know, in between scenes or whatever. It'll be a loud, you know, like digital glitch or whatever. And I'm just sitting there thinking, well, if we're using like high-tech cameras, you know, like Canon stuff, you know what I mean? Like, why would that happen? If somebody edited this together in Premiere Pro in the universe of the world and is showing it to us now like they did with the original Blair Witch, why wouldn't they take out those little glitches? You know what I mean? Would they just splice all the clips together and then call it a day? I just don't think so. So I thought that was a little. And also another thing they did was that they had in the middle of the forest, where usually when you're running you'd hear leaves and, you know, grass and other things crumpling underneath your feet, or the heavy breathing of somebody who's scared out of their minds. You don't hear any of that before somebody pops up at you and goes, where have you been? You know what I mean? The dude's breathing heavy as hell, and you mean to tell me you didn't hear him coming from 3 miles away going, I just find that to be a little bit fake, and it's just there to give you a jump scare. So I kind of found that annoying. And they also show the monster. I hate it when horror movies do this. You know, the monster is a lot more effective when you don't know what he looks like. And yeah, there was like a scene where, you know, it showed it running at her, but it was out of focus, and I was okay with that one. That one actually made me go, ugh, that was kind of weird. And if they had kept it this strictly that, I would have been fine. But they showed a bit too much. They showed it almost in full form in the woods. And I was like, what? Oh no, that doesn't look good. I'm not as scared about that anymore, because it looks like some weird mutant creature baby thing, and I didn't like that. With all that being said, I can't say that I didn't enjoy the movie though. Like I said, there were some creepy parts. The characters weren't like all complete idiots until maybe the end parts. The ending, that's another thing. It gets kind of predictable. You start to just say, okay, we're just kind of going by the beats. All right, yep, that's gonna happen up, and that's done, and credits roll. Okay, you know, you kind of saw the ending coming, so unfortunately, you know, by the end of the movie, I was just kind of I wouldn't say that it's terrible, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 5 out of 10.
But you are not a Jedi yet.
Listen, after a summer of really strong horror films, I gotta say, this one kind of pales in comparison. It wasn't a bad film, it wasn't even a bad horror film, and it definitely isn't the worst of the year, but I don't know, it left me feeling like I wanted a bit more. I would recommend that you guys go check this movie out. It wasn't the worst horror movie of the year, but it also wasn't the greatest. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure you guys got your own. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of The Blair Witch? Did you love it? Did you hate it? As always, you guys can follow me on Vine, Twitter, Movie Pilot, and Twitch. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Please, guys, go check out our other channel, Directors JXM, where we do cool skits and short films. I run the channel with my boy Johnny Lee over on his channel, JXB Entertainment. Be sure to check out his channel as well. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'm the Messiah. This is Messiah Entertainment. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.